Michael Jackson has seen a huge, huge surge in popularity posthumously, with iTunes apparently selling tons of copies of his music. And you can easily go to iTunes and you can get the Essential Michael Jackson, for $16.99. You can go over here. You can actually get Thriller for $9.99 or the 25th Anniversary Edition for $13.99. Or you can get the Ultimate Collection for $34.99. The thing is, along the way you realize that you have a whole bunch of Michael Jackson LPs, records, vinyl, sitting in a box in your attic. And you don't really need to rebuy the music because you already own it. The problem is you haven't owned a turntable in 15 years, maybe 20 years. What do? Well, I spent some time over the weekend checking out the Stanton T55 USB turntable. It is really a very nice machine, heavy duty, well built, works well. It's a belt driven turntable with a few professional features, and well, let's take a look. I wanted to test out the T55 using some albums. I ran into a problem. In college, there was a used record store right near my dorm, and I was there every week, and I would buy tons and tons of used albums, for $1 or $1.50. It was the early 80s, and so I had tons of Second British Invasion stuff. Great music. And as I said, hundreds of albums, and they were all in storage in my parents' basement, and there was a flood, and all gone. So I have no albums. So I stopped by one of my old haunts from childhood, Scotty's Records in Summit, New Jersey, and I picked up a bunch of albums that I used to have. First, we have Squeeze, Cosi Fan Tutti Frutti, and I paid a grand total of 99 cents for it. I also picked up another favorite, the Eagles, Hotel California, and I paid 99 cents for it. Picked up a couple others, picked up Spandau Ballet, True, and how much did I pay for it? Yep, you guessed it, 99 cents for it. And I also picked up, finally, the Moody Blues, Long Distance Voyager, and I'm sure you can figure it out yourself. I spent 99 cents. Actually, that's not totally true, because it was 30% off, so it was just over $3 for the 4 albums. And we're going to take a listen to some vinyl for the first time in a decade and a half in a minute. All right, with the dogs looking on, let's unbox this, and then we'll set it up. So, big box, rather heavy. Let's see what we have inside. As I said, have not unboxed a turntable in a couple of decades. Inside, the first thing we have is the platter to put the LPs on, because, oh yeah, we're back to dealing with something that can be easily damaged. We have the actual turntable. Let's take a look. Boy, does this bring back memories. Here's where it starts to get a little bit different than what I'm used to, because here we have some plugs so that you can actually hook it up for audio out to your computer directly. Let's take a look. All right, dog, stop breathing so heavy. It's hot in New Jersey today. Some audio cables, instruction manual, and this is what makes it really modern. USB cable. And software for creating audio on your computer using the turntable. Power cable. A bag. Wow, they actually included a bag, unlike the Kindle and so many other things these days. And let's throw this over to the side. Take a look at the actual turntable. This is just bizarre. And we have the Stanton USB turntable. We're going to set this up a little bit more. For those of you who've never seen one of these, this needle goes on the vinyl, and the vibrations from it and the movement up and down is what actually creates the sound. So we'll be back in a little bit as soon as this is all set up, and we'll take a look and play a couple of records. Okay, let's take a closer look at the whole unit. First off, this is the insert for 45s, which goes here. And the instructions are rather simple. You simply take the platter and place the platter here. And then the instructions are that you go in and there's a ribbon along here, and you take it and you loop it around, if you can see that, because it's belt driven, and that's actually the belt that'll drive it. You then take the soft protective layer, you put it here. You then take the needle and insert it here. It's actually very, very simple to do this. This is a two-handed job, I believe. So we'll be right back. With the needle there, now there's weight so that it actually would be too heavy on the album, which is rather delicate. And so there's this counterweight, which you then place on the back over here, which allows you to actually adjust the balance weight of the needle. And that's really the assembly. The start-stop is here, the power on-off is here. You can do 33, you can do 45. You're out of luck if you're trying to play a 78, I guess. Start and stop is over here as well. And on the back, let's take a look. Around the front sides, there's really nothing there. Along the back, which is where it becomes modern, you have audio left and right. You've got USB, and you've got the power cable. And we're going to actually set it up, put the software in my MacBook, and see how it sounds. Well, it's all set up. Push of a button and the turntable starts spinning. Taking the needle carefully and placing it on here. So there are lots of ways to do this, but I have the turntable playing. I've got it connected to my line in, and I've got Wiretap Studio recording now. And what we'll do is in a second we'll stop this part of the recording and see what it sounds like. So now if we stop the recording using the USB in and we hit play, let's see what happens. That's the needle going down. And it actually sounds really quite good. So this is a great way to listen to albums if you want, but especially it's a great way to actually rip your albums if you want to and make use of them. Break them out of the basement, break them out of the attic if they haven't gotten destroyed in a flood like mine have. And you can record, and the sound quality is actually remarkably good once it's in like this.